Donald Trump's failed Attorney General pick, Matt Gaetz, said he will not return to Congress as Trump's transition team descends into name-calling and shouting matches. For more on this, it's time for a closer look. When Trump won the election, his supporters and right-wing media assured everyone things would be different now, that he would be more prepared to be president because he would be liberated from having to campaign.
I think his transition team has done a wonderful job vetting potential candidates. And to Kayleigh's point, I think a liberated Donald Trump, he's never going to be on the ballot again. This is his last term. I think, Harold, he will surprise his detractors. I think he will be not anything like what his detractors have described him as being now that he is liberated.
He will not be able to run again.
Yeah.
And I think that is another liberating factor potentially for President Trump.
The words liberated Donald Trump are not reassuring. They're terrifying. It's like a video message from an eco-terrorist saying, "We have liberated the infected monkeys, and now they run amongst you." Even if you took an innocent-sounding name and added the word liberated to it, it would sound ominous. Like if you read an episode description for Sesame Street and it said Elmo has been liberated. Get ready to explain to your kids why their favorite Muppet's smoking parliaments and riding a Harley. Power is supposed to be constrained, not liberated. The fact that Donald Trump felt hemmed in during his first term was a good thing. Regardless of party, the most powerful person in the world should feel some constraints. I would have also been concerned if Barack Obama held a press conference after he won re-election and said, "Well, I've been liberated. So watch out, mother. Taking up smoking again. I bummed one off Elmo. We're at a biker game now. What are these? Parliaments? Elmo like parliaments? And the Trump team wants you to think everyone's getting along great. Like when Trump showed up in Texas after the election to watch a SpaceX test launch with his new co-president, Elon Musk.
Another sign today of the deepening bond between Mr. Trump and the world's richest man, Elon Musk, with the president-elect flying to Texas to watch Musk's company, SpaceX, launch a Starship rocket.
A beautiful rocket, and we want to thank our brave astronaut on board, Matt Gaetz. It's a one-way trip. A one-way trip for Matt. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. We want to thank him for his sacrifice. He's on a mission to become the first human to have sex with an underage alien, and we wish him luck. But things might not be totally rosy in Rockettville, as Trump and his team are already reportedly annoyed at Musk's constant presence and his intrusions into official meetings and policy discussions.
Reports are now emerging from Trump world about the predictable tensions with Elon Musk. NBC News reports Musk has been so aggressive in pushing his views about Trump's second term that he's stepping on the toes of Trump's transition team and maybe overstaying his welcome at Mar-a-Lago, according to two people familiar with the transition. He's behaving as if he's a co-president and making sure everyone knows it.
Yeah, of course he is. The guy has $300 billion in the bank. Do you really think he wants to hear somebody else's ideas? Hell, if I had $1 billion, you couldn't tell me. I'd come out here every night with Andy Samberg and just make him do his Nick Cage impression while I cackled like a harp seal. No one would enjoy it. You think I'd give it? Everybody would act like it's fine, the way Trump does when Elon won't leave.
What a job he does. He's a great, and he happens to be a really good guy. You know, he likes this place. I can't get him out of here. He just likes this place. And you know what? I like having him here, too. He's good.
You know, my goal these days is to try to stay in a good mood about things, and nothing's making me feel better than the fact that Donald Trump finally got his own Donald Trump. You can't, look, I've tried. You can't get rid of this guy. Every time he does something crazy, I think, well, that'll be the end of it. That has to be the breaking point, and then, you know, no, he's still right here. And also, I can't believe I'm saying it, he needs to cool it on social media. The guy posts like a maniac. Elon Musk aside, Trump's backers insisted a liberated Trump would supposedly be more prepared to be president, and it sounds like things are already going very smoothly over at Trump HQ.
His team has returned to the patterns of his first term in office with shouting matches, expulsions from meetings, and name-calling, all between the public celebrations and rocket ship photo ops.
Donald Trump's easily excitable. He's easily distracted, and I think a lot of the people around him know that.
Man, I almost forgot how fun it is when the leader of the free world is easily excitable and easily distracted. You know what? It's either that or 4 straight years of constantly refreshing while Trump's brain says it's buffering. It hasn't even been 3 weeks since the election. They're already descending into name-calling and shouting. That's what the Democrats are supposed to be doing. Stop stealing their moves. This is supposed to be the fun time where you're basking in the wind and projecting confidence. I can't even imagine what the White House is going to be like when they actually take over and have real responsibilities. Everyone's going to be inside throwing chairs and dodging fists while Trump tries to sneak out with his golf clubs like an elderly Ray Romano. Yeah, just let me get in line and then I'll do the policies. Raymond, you have to come back inside. Oh. Yeah, it's what we're doing. It's 2024. We're doing everybody loves Raymond. The chaos explains how Trump made one of his first major missteps as president-elect, picking Matt Gaetz as attorney general. The Gaetz for AG plan came together just hours before it was announced. It was hatched aboard Trump's airplane en route to Washington, on which Gaetz was a passenger, while incoming White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles was in a different, adjacent room on the plane, apparently unaware. Now, first of all, it's impossible to have a good idea on a plane. The last time I was on a plane, my best idea was I should eat 12 Biscoffs and then get drunk watching Hacksaw Ridge. That will help with the jet lag. But the lesson here is if you leave Trump unsupervised for a second, he'll do something insane. That should work out great with a president who will be 82 by the end of his term. I want to do a rocket launch to show up Elon. Sir, that's a nuclear missile silo. That would trigger World War III and life on Earth as we know it. Okay, fine. Could you go get me a Diet Coke? And they're gone. Aim at Elon's house. And now the guy who was Trump's first choice for AG is slinking away in disgrace. In fact, that decision backfired so badly, Gaetz won't even be returning to Congress.
I am so excited about where this transition stands. And I know there are people disappointed that I won't be the next attorney general. But you have to understand, this is the political process. And sometimes the path you're on is one that takes you to a different place, and it could be a glorious place. I had a full-time job explaining to senators that maybe a tweet I sent about them was rash and not reflective of how I would serve as attorney general. I'm still going to be in the fight, but it's going to be from a new perch. I do not intend to join the 119th Congress.
Well, not only did he lose the AG job and his congressional seat, they downgraded his internet plan. Oh my God, is he back to dial-up? Also, your tweets were not why you had to bow out. It was stuff like this.
This is a guy that the media didn't give a time of day to after he was accused of sleeping with an underage girl. And there's a reason why no one in the conference came and defended him, because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night.
Well, that explains the shouting matches at Mar-a-Lago. They're chugging Monster Energy and chewing on Cialis like they're lifesavers. We should do tariffs first. We should do tax cuts first. You get the hell out of here. You get the hell out of here. Are you rock hard right now? You know I am, dog. Trump did not win a mandate. He got less than 50% of the vote. Republicans have a tiny majority in the House, and Trump has a chaotic team of crazy people around him. They're going to screw up a lot. There's going to be so much dysfunction in the Trump White House. They're going to need a constant supply of
ED medicine.
This has been Closer Look. Hey, guys.